Hi guys, my name is Chris. Today I have an accessory video for you. It's about the new drop stamper from Tandem drums. For many years there have been various little helpers to reduce the overtones of the drums or to limit the decay of a drum. I don't want to get into the big debate here about whether you should muffle your drums or not. I think yes, in certain situations, especially in the studio or live, it simply makes sense. Many stereotypical sounds or samples of electronic drums have been created with muffled drums, by the way. But please always remember, tune first before you dampen a drum. The relatively new manufacturer Tandem drums from the USA wants to provide a sustainable alternative to the well-known gel pads that are applied to the drumhead. You can choose from a total of 4 models in different weights: 40, 60, 120 and 200 grams. They are available to buy individually or as a 4-pack. The drops are made of wool felt and have a stitched-in silicone tab that is simply pressed onto the tensioning screw. And this holds up really well. You can simply leave the drops on the drum for transportation in the drum bag, without them flying around. However, the drops do not fit on slotted screws as with my vintage Sonorphonics, and of course not on wood hoops either. But die-cast hoops are no problem. The drops have a filling inside. It could be sand or something. It certainly crackles a little when you shake them. So for the sound files, I first tried out the drops on the snare. Here they come individually and in a groove setting. For a comparison, I also searched through my little collection of other mufflers. For example, the gel pads from Evans and Millennium, or the M1 muffler from Snareweight, and of course the Mini Muff from Rohema, which I use very often. But there's also a classic plastic damping ring. So here you can listen again with some additional dampers for comparison. I personally like the 120 gram damper on the snare best, and I also think it's cool that the 2 large models can be folded back if you want to play brushes or have an open tone for a bit. With the 2 smaller models, however, the damping effect is rather small, as if you were applying half a Moongel pad. I would also have hoped for the 200 gram model to be a step more in the direction of a Fat 70 snare right away. Okay, now let's continue with the dampers on the toms. Here I have also recorded 3 comparison sound files. First without damping, then with the drops, and finally with some gel pads. As you can hear, the damping / sustain reducing effect is not so strong, particularly on the floor tom. I also noticed that there was some side noise, especially with drums with a large diameter, and in a lower tuning the head vibrates significantly more after the stroke. Here, the heavy drop damper doesn't seem to be able to adapt to the movement of the drum head. I also tried the drops on a deeper 16x16 floor tom. This one is here 16x14, and the 16x16 with a single ply clear head, and the effect was a little less pronounced but audible too. So I personally wouldn't use this damper or this one on big toms for studio use. Now I've again recorded some comparison sound files with various dampers, especially on the floor tom. So you can listen for yourself. So, here comes my conclusion. The drop dampers from Tandem drums are durable and robust. They are easy to attach and can remain on the drum for transportation. There's also no leftover gaffer tape or sticky gel pad marks on the drumhead. So if you like it clean, this might be just the right thing for you. I found them particularly convincing on the snare, even though I would have hoped for even more damping effect from the heaviest model. On toms, however, you should be aware that there can be side noise, especially with larger, low-tuned heads. Tandem drums should make further adjustments here. The 4-pack costs 59 euros and the individual drops between 14 and 19 euros, which I think is fair in terms of durability. If you want to check out the drops, please scan this code or use the links in the video description. And I'm happy about a comment or a like, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, bye!